Kids sleeping on the floor, pets held in tiny cages, and this entire bathroom for a family of 5. Add some teenagers who can't fit, children calling their beds coffins, and you're still just scratching the surface of the worst van life TikTokers. Take for example Red, White and Bethune. They gained 11.4 million views by showing how terribly unspacious their kids' beds were. This should be illegal. Those kids are gonna suffer in that space, man. To make matters worse, the beds had rock climbing holds instead of a ladder, which their daughter almost fell from whilst trying to show they were easy to use.
So Molly's gonna demonstrate getting in the bunk and show you just how easy it is.
How will they get down in the middle of the night when it's dark and they want to use the restroom urgently? What if they fall and hit their head? These so-called bunk beds were actually just shelves, yet the family still defended them as being spacious. At the same time, get this, the parents have a king-size bed.
The reason why we put a king-size bed in our bus is because it's our lounging area.
As well as a massive desk for editing TikToks, forcing the kids to do their schoolwork on a tiny kitchen table. If they don't help out with the van, the kids are punished publicly.
Last night, Molly chose not to do her chores, and if our kids don't do their chores, they have consequences.
Which the parents still defended even after heavy criticism.
Yes, our kids have consequences. Yes, if they don't do the chores, they're gonna have to pay.
This is so weird, bro. Because, like, at the beginning, I was kind of, like, on their side, where it was like, maybe they're just down bad for money and they're doing the best they can.
It gets worse. Everything we've shown so far is in this bus here, yet they also have a van to take on holidays, which has even less space than the bus.
Come take a peek inside and see what we've done.
The van doesn't have a bed for everyone, meaning one of the kids sleeps on this leather chair. Maybe there'd be a bit more space if they didn't own 4 massive dogs, which are shoved in a tiny cage below the bed, yet they still have more space than the toilet, covered by nothing but a thin fabric sheet, and sits right in the middle of where
that's where they found
lives.
Saddam Hussein.
They call the vehicle their vancation home, meaning when the kids get tired of living in the first van, they're blessed with a trip in an even smaller one. Family of Nomads doesn't have this problem. In fact, they first went viral.
Jesus, man, that's crazy. I think that this is probably an issue with any lifestyle content. Like, so for example, I bet it's like any sort of lifestyle where it's like the parents are really into living a certain way. I bet probably all of those have situations where there's like friction between them and the kids because the kids don't want to choose that lifestyle.
For how much space they had, leading to comments such as, "I don't understand why y'all don't just buy an apartment. It's way cheaper than this." People came to their defense stating, there is literally no reason to be mad at this, except for maybe how their kids were living. They'd show their room in this TikTok, with the most notable part being that their eldest Addison was a 15-year-old teenager. You should ask your daughter how she feels that she has no privacy. At an age like hers, I'm sure she wants her privacy. Addison hates you. Just because this RV is nice and there's room for their clothes, it's no way to live.
I think that these girls are right. I do. I think that they are right. I bet Addison hates it. Yeah, straight up. Like, if I had to live like that, I'd be out of my mind.
I'm sure the teenager would love to have privacy.
Of course.
Get her a curtain or something. Well, the family did exactly this.
We did install these curtains over each of their bunks so they have a little bit of privacy.
But it was still just one of many other problems. The kids were in a homeschool program, yet it's...
I have another opinion about this, is that I think a lot of the people that try to put their kids into like lifestyles like this are probably weird. Like, there's probably something wrong with them. There's a lot of parents who are probably like, well, why do you need privacy? We're your family, etc. Like, I remember I had there's a girlfriend I had, and she said that she didn't want me to have any alone time. Broke up with me, but like driving me crazy, people talk like that. And so I think that people just don't understand it, right? I would say like most people that probably post their kids all over social media, there's like probably issues.
Seemed most of their education was just walking through national parks where the parents thought they'd learn about life.
Our lives are one gigantic field trip, and so a lot of what the kids do is by learning from experience. So for example...
Yeah, there's no way that they're vaccinated. There's no way those kids are vaccinated. I feel like this is a 0% chance. Yeah, bro, like whooping cough would take out that whole van easily.
We went to a national park. They're learning history from visiting different places around the country, and days that we are not going out exploring, they do a traditional homeschool curriculum, and then the days that we're exploring, we still count those as school as well.
So they just learn US history? Lol, when they go to college, they'll be in for a shock. Oof, that's scary. There's a reason schools aren't one giant field trip, and this is a very good point. Schools are for more than simply learning subjects. They help build social circles and prepare kids for a disciplined way of life. But
I know a lot of people have negative viewpoints on schools, but if I had a kid, I would send him to a public school, or her to a public school, a normal public school, because you would need to learn how to interact. These are the people you're going to deal with in your life. It doesn't matter how smart you are if you don't know how to talk to somebody.
the kids did have other challenges, like cleaning out the rat cage that stunk out the van.
We live in a camper and our 3 kids have 3 pet rats.
Why would you have a pet rat? That's disgusting.
Absolutely lying to you if I said that it does not smell bad.
It's disgusting.
Usually
Why would you have that?
it's the kids' job to clean the rat cage, but about once every month or two, my husband and I will clean it. And it just gets really gross.
As well as collecting firewood, as seen in Addison's day in the life. Yet people were still convinced she's gonna run away at 16. Yet the mother went on to state, I honestly don't know a single unhappy RV kid. She'd even post the following.
Yeah, a lot of parents think that because the kids don't want to tell the parents that kind of stuff. But like a lot of times whenever my parents would put something on me that I didn't want to do, I would hate it. Like I would hate it so much, but like I would just have to deal with it. I would just deal with it. And that's just the way it is.
TikTok to try and convince the audience.
A lot of people ask us if the kids actually enjoy traveling full time and living in the camper. And I will have to say that while we were at the RV show in Tampa this week, Grace and Addison both went around and looked at campers because their plan is when they move out, they want to live in a camper together and travel the country.
Until another video told a different story.
Addison has struggled with their mental health for many years. Addison is currently back in treatment and won't be in our content during this time. To protect Addison during this time.
It's like there's a big part of me that thinks that maybe you shouldn't have kid content on YouTube. I just think that there's too many risks. I think that with a lot of these family channels, the way that they behave really makes me uncomfortable. Maybe I wouldn't say it should be against the law, but I wish nobody would do this.
Perhaps the daughter was unhappy for a totally different reason, yet there was still more evidence that she despised the van.
For Addison's 15th birthday, the only thing they wanted was to go to a hotel.
The video has since been deleted, although after arriving at their hotel, twice Addison mentions liking doors in the video, a hint at them having less privacy in the camper. With conflicting messages about Addison's happiness, people commented, I can't wait for this gen of van kids to grow up and share their thoughts with the world. Although this had happened much.
Yeah, this always just happens. Like it's parents with like these weird lifestyles that try to force them on their kids. Whether it's being in a van, being super religious, vegans, vegan parents, political parents, super political parents. I think they're all the same. Big problem that I think a lot of people that are parents have is that they don't view the kid as a separate person. They view it as them. So they try to do what they would want for the kid. And so like whenever I was a little kid, my mom and dad would do this, but like they quickly learned that what they liked, I didn't like, and they respected that a lot. If you have a kid and you try to push the kid into doing the thing that you want them to do, they're just going to hate you for it because you didn't treat them like a person. Because even if you're 11 years old, you know what you like. So if somebody keeps trying to push you into that situation, keep trying to take you out of what you're comfortable with, keep trying to make you live a life you don't want to live, of course they're going to hate you for it.
Sooner than expected. On the r/offmychest subreddit, an anonymous account made the following post. I'm a teen in a full-time RV living vlogging family, and I can't stand it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate being homeschooled. I hate not being able to maintain a social life. I hate having so little privacy. I hate having to pretend to be happy with this. We travel full-time. I know, it sounds like a dream.
No, it doesn't. It sounds like it's a nightmare, yeah.
So too, but it's an effing nightmare. I just want a private, normal life, but no. They had to ruin it with their crunchy way of parenting. It's all fake, by the way. Not what I meant when I said I wanted to take up acting.
See, I don't think my parents care about my happiness. As long as I look the part and smile for the camera, they couldn't give less of a f how I feel. They guilt trip. Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? It's the emotional manipulation. Nah, parents that do this are just bad parents.
I'm frustrated all the time, I'm tired all the time, I'm bored all the time. Please stop supporting these channels. Stop buying into it. It's ruined my life and I can't say anything about it.
The channel didn't ruin your life, the parents did.
Since the
They'd have
poster
ruined your life without the
clarified,
channel.
I'm between 15 and 17 years old, and they were the oldest of 3 siblings, hinting it was Addison from Family of Nomads. Exactly who the poster was has never been confirmed, yet only a couple of months later, the family announced they were instead buying a house. Family of Nomads recently quit van life. Their kids seemed the happiest they'd ever been, while the parents were in tears as the RV was stored away. The eldest daughter has since vanished from the videos, with an unrelated comment summarizing—
Is that who cries like that? Like, you a grown-ass woman. Like, what are you doing crying like that? You shouldn't have some weird lifestyle and then cry that your kids don't like it. Like, how selfish.
what van life like for kids. RV kid here. Let me tell you, RV is hell for children.
Yeah.
I've been living in a camper with
my mom was in an RV. They lived in an RV whenever, like, they were like real young. My grandfather was a photographer because he was like a pilot. So they would drive around in an RV, and my mom hated it too. Yeah, and that's even like in the 1950s. 70 years ago.
And parents, and these past 2 years have been an absolute detriment to my mental health. Yes, it's an amazing opportunity I've been given to have seen all the places that I have, but I cannot recall a single positive experience anywhere I've been.
Yeah, of course.
I receive little to no education, and I'm scared I won't be able to pass my GED. I'll probably be repeating high school once I turn 18. The Happy Caravan, however, clearly ignored this warning.
Family of 13? You got 13 kids? What's that, a clown car?
Life as a family
That's in a
of
carnival.
12, and were mostly liked by the audience until revealing they lived in a tiny apartment. Is that legal? Having so many in a 2-bedroom? Why would you make the choice to have a family of 12 but not be able to provide them sufficient room/space, although their holiday setup was somehow even worse? They'd fit the entire family into one single Airstream, gaining 12 million views by showing how they slept. The 3 daughters were on a table converted to a bed, while another 2 slept below their brother. A different brother slept on the couch, the baby in its cot, and of course
See, like, how many of you guys did this? Like, let's say you're doing a road trip, you go out camping with the boys. I did this. We have 5 people sleeping on my bed too. And I tell you, after they left, I would be like, thank God, bro. That shit was so annoying. Like, cause you can never sleep, man. Like, people waking you up, they're kicking you all the time. It's so bad. You can't really roll over because then you hit somebody. It's bad. Like, because I've been in situations like this myself.
Parents had their own massive bed. So what about the last 2 kids? Well, they got to sleep directly on the hardwood, described as not perfect but more comfy than a tent. You have 2 kids sleeping on the floor just for vacation and we mix it up. In our YouTube video, Dad is on the floor, which by doing some digging was seemingly true. Hilariously, after being criticized, the parents magically found Enoch a blow-up mat in—
Enoch, bro, they're religious freaks. That's what it is. They're religion freaks. You see a name like this, if you meet a dude with a name Enoch, you just say sorry. Just say, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that growing up.
But for the most part, the family isn't all that bad, especially compared to wild family life. They've been called the most hated van life family on TikTok, mainly for their bizarre family dynamic. The page is run by mother Nadine, who lives in a van with her 3 kids, along with both her ex-husband and her new boyfriend, who she refers to as a homeless junkie she met on the streets. According to her TikToks, they're not polygamous but live together in harmony. They call their education program homeschooling.
I don't follow any curriculum, but we have this app my kids learning with. They set their times each day. They do that by themselves. There's nothing I have to do.
She's getting double teamed by 2 dudes in a van with her kids in it. She a freak.
People think, oh, poor children, poor children. But trust me, my children, they wake up with a smile in their face. they go to bed with a smile on their face.
Yet it's perfect to finish with this comment here. When I was a child, I would have been very happy to eat nothing but candy and potato chips all day. But my mother did not let me because she knew better. It's a parent's job to do what's best for their children, not just what makes them happy.
I don't even believe that they're happy. That's the funny thing about it. I think that they have to act like they're happy because their parents are psychotic religious people that will hate them if they complain. I think family content on YouTube is a net negative. It just creates too many incentives that are unhealthy and immoral. Selfish parents will eat their children's potential. They sure will, man. That's because people don't view their kids as a real person. They view the kid as like, again, it's like a smaller version of themselves.